We're staying on top of the breaking news out of Allen, Texas. NewsNation is learning that 33-year-old Mauricio Garcia was behind Saturday's shooting rampage at a crowded outlet mall. Police are saying it was Garcia who shot and killed 8 people, including children, before an officer gunned him down. He reportedly fired more than 100 times during the massacre and had more weapons ready in his car. We do want to bring in our panel for reaction. Former CIA officer and FBI Special Agent Tracy Walder and former FBI agent Phil Andrew, thank you both for being here. And I do want to start with you, Tracy. You are so familiar with this area. You actually shared with us as this news was unfolding last night. Your daughter had an upcoming ear-piercing appointment at this mall. What is going through your mind tonight as we are learning these new details about the shooter?
I think one of the biggest things that's going through my mind is that it does sound like this individual had quite the social media digital imprint, if you will, particularly regarding some right-wing neo-Nazi type posts. Also, there's reporting that he was discharged from the military for mental illness issues. So I think the biggest thing to me is how he was able to probably obtain these weapons, as well as really what his motive was. I think, reporting that's come out that he's part of that right-wing death squad, I think that's important as well. So I really think that's what they're looking at. But I also do want to add that Dallas Police Department actually has been the victim of a ransomware attack. And so it's going to be difficult and it's going to be a long process to get this investigation underway.
I appreciate that. And this is the first that I'm personally hearing about the ransomware attack. Is that something that happened some time ago, or is that a recent development?
It's relatively recent. It happened a few weeks ago.
Okay, I appreciate that. Phil, what does the level of preparation, the tactical gear, the weapons in the car, the magazines on his body, how he was armed through this, what does all of that tell us?
It tells us that this was planned, that this is very deliberate. In fact, with most of these, we'll probably see that some of the weapons were acquired rather recently. The right-wing rhetoric, the hate speech, and then the accessing of multiple firearms are all very disturbing, very important pre-incident indicators, which will give us some insight into the motive. But a very, very typical pattern we're seeing here for mass violence.
And Tracy, you spoke a little bit about potential beliefs. Can you tell me a little bit more about potential motive here? Specifically, we're monitoring this Washington Post report that the gunman was wearing a patch on his body that reads RWDS. Do you have any concept or idea what that stands for and what that means about what kind of belief system he was engaged in?
Sure, it's a little complicated. Really, it's not a hate group in and of itself, right? Like we're used to seeing. It's something that's been associated with primarily the Proud Boys, that whole group. Basically, their idea of killing communists. That's really what it's been associated with. And so I think that's where that has come from. We've seen it on really high-profile members of the Proud Boys. They've been photographed with it. It's just, a red letters, RWDS, and that's really what we are associating it meaning. It's really advocating violence towards the government. It's a little bit less about white supremacy and really a lot about advocating violence towards the government, and really sort of glorifying fascist dictators.
So we're talking about glorifying fascist dictators here. Phil, do those sorts of beliefs and does that belief system, is that congruent with the events and what we saw unfold yesterday? Families on an afternoon outing at an outlet mall, why would he target these people?
Well, the truth is we're just not sure yet. That there's some indication that he was discharged for mental health reasons, and we have this additional information about some of his background and his associations. We don't know what the motivation for this was. These are just little clues. The police and their both interviews, their study of his social media are going to provide more insight as this investigation continues.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.